What's up, Star Wars fans? Today I want to talk about predictions for the Ahsoka series, which is just around the corner. And I asked you, the community, what you thought would be happening in this series. And as always, you came through with some fantastic predictions. And so let's get right into those predictions, with the first coming from Learn with Kane 2198. He states, "We will see the live-action recreation of Vader vs. Ahsoka." And yes, that would be fantastic, seeing a live-action Darth Vader versus Ahsoka, especially early on in this series, I think would absolutely break the internet and really get people interested in this series. But that said, let's move on to another comment from CT-LJ2HG. They state on the community tab, "I definitely think we'll see a Rex cameo either in present day or in a Clone Wars era flashback." And yeah, CT, I think there's a really good chance that we're going to see Rex at some point in this series. I just wouldn't expect to see a lot of them because there are so many major characters already. But that said, let's move on to a dark prediction from bpatrick20. He states on the community tab, "I think this will be Ahsoka's last journey. She promised Ezra that she will find him, and it seems fitting knowing the future. When she learns about Thrawn's return, she knows he's the best chance for the search. She either dies against or with Thrawn, or learns about Palpatine's resurrection plan from Thrawn and dies before she can end it." And bpatrick, the fact that Ahsoka is a master to Sabine Wren, and perhaps even Ezra Bridger, does mean that there's a really good chance at some point in this series, or even the climactic movie event, that she will sacrifice herself for the greater good. I mean, this just seems to be the way with Star Wars. That said, let's move on to JetBlast190, and he states on the community tab, "I think the 8 episodes will cover a fairly large time period. I think it will start in a period before Ahsoka's appearance in The Mandalorian Season 2 and end with or shortly after the Rebels epilogue, when Ahsoka the White travels to Lothal to pick up Sabine and complete their quest to bring Ezra back home. I'm not sure that it will start with Ahsoka's time stranded on Malachor after Ezra used the world between worlds to save her, but I think the story will have to pick up sometime shortly after that, perhaps in the form of flashbacks. And I certainly think, JetBlast190, that we are going to be getting flashbacks. But as much as I'd like to see what happens to Ahsoka after she goes back to Malachor, I don't think Dave Filoni's going to take us there during the Ahsoka series. That said, I think there is a very decent chance that we will see Vader versus Ahsoka on Malachor, and that before that we're probably going to see some sort of flashback between Ahsoka and Anakin, making sure early on in the series that the audience knows that Ahsoka was Anakin's apprentice. As I speculated on in the past, I think both of those flashbacks could happen when Ahsoka enters the Jedi Temple, the one that we've seen her enter in the actual trailers. And as far as Ahsoka the White goes, I think we will see a version of Ahsoka the White. I think you're definitely right about that, but I think the Ahsoka the White that the fan base has created in their own speculation, as in she has become way more powerful, well, I don't think that speculation is on point anymore. But as always, great to hear your speculation, JetBlast190. So let's move on to another long-time speculator on the channel, the Medieval Man 9. He mentions on the community tab, "I think we're going to get 3 major deaths this season. The first 2 are obvious. Elsbeth, because she is a major player in Thrawn's plans, and Baylan, because sadly we lost Ray Stevenson early this year. But the third death is going to be someone we aren't expecting: Ezra. We're going to watch as Ezra is fully on board with Thrawn's plans, and he is going to directly oppose Ahsoka, Sabine, and Hera, forcing them to kill him. And in vengeance, they're going to take out 2 major players in Thrawn's plans. But at the very end, they're going to discover that the Ezra they killed isn't the real Ezra. It's a clone made from the technology developed and perfected on Mount Tantus. So now they're going to have to find out where the real Ezra is and rescue him." And fantastic speculation as always, Medieval Man 9. It certainly seems that from the trailers we've been getting that Ahsoka and Sabine are prioritizing finding Thrawn, and that their hope is that they will find Ezra through Thrawn. And wouldn't it be interesting if Sabine and Ahsoka actually find Ezra and he is a clone as you speculate? That certainly would make for an emotional series. But hey, Star Wars fans, that's all the time I have today to read off your comments. Please make sure you keep posting to the community community tab, I'll be asking for your speculation and predictions for each of the Ahsoka series episodes. That said, as always, I'm Mike, and remember, the Force will be with you always.